How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
How are you doing? I'm sure you've been busy with work.
Yeah, it's been a busy month. I thought it was going to be a month off, and then no, it's not.
Oh man. Well,
That's
we are
okay.
so excited to have you here. We have been massive fans, so it's very surreal to hear your voice talking to us instead of reading to us.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be
Yay.
here.
While everybody funnels in, would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Angelina Rocca, and I am an audiobook narrator who specializes mostly in romance. I do a little bit of other books, but romance is where my heart is. Those are the books that I love the most. So I've been narrating for 3.5 years, and I've narrated more than 200 books.
Oh my gosh, 200 bucks in what few years? That's incredible.
Yeah, it's been busy, and I've been really lucky uh, to be given the opportunity to work on the books that I've been working on. So yeah, it's been a lot though. I need just like a little bit of a break at some
Breather.
point. We'll
Yeah.
see. It
And
sounds.
I saw that you posted recently that you left a full-time job to begin narration.
I did. Well, I was working as a journalist during COVID, and it just got. I was a journalist for many years, and I loved it so much. But it it was emotionally taxing, mentally taxing. Where I am, I'm in Canada, and we had really strict rules during COVID, lots of restrictions, and the shutdowns and having to sort of manage family life at the same time. Like I had to leave. I couldn't manage it all. So when I did, I kind of reassessed and looked at the things that I loved and the things that I did well, and found this, which is yeah, it's good.
That's a huge change too from journalist to audiobook narration. What inspired you to take this route?
Um, I mean, I think I think the extreme change was part of it, but to start, I looked at the things that I loved: books, performing. I am a performer. I used to be a professional jazz singer and a professional musician, so I have a background in performance, and just ended up moving from performance into journalism. And what I had initially intended to do was go into arts journalism. I was an arts columnist at the beginning of my career, and I wanted to cover arts in a way with depth, rather than like gossip or very surface level stories. And I ended up in hard news and network national news. And it was such a, like, I have a degree in political science. So it was sort of a little bit of my background, but also very far from what I originally wanted to do. And so when I went into this, it was, I'm great at audio editing. I know how to, I know my way around a microphone because of singing, because I worked in radio news, um, because of my performance background. And then I took, just by chance, an audiobook narration course and instantly fell in love. And I'm a huge romance fan. I've been a romance fan for a very long time. And so when I decided that this is what I was going to try, I said immediately, like, all I want to do is narrate romance. That's all I want to do. And I think, the extreme part of it was that, when I was a journalist, I was telling people the bad news. I was causing stress. I mean, I was obviously it's important. It's a public service. There are all these things that, are essential about journalism. But I knew that what I was doing was causing myself stress, but also it wasn't making people's lives better in a lot of ways. And romance gives people an escape. It heals
Mhm.
people. It gives them happiness and a moment of joy and peace when maybe the rest of the things in their life is are just, a mess. And for me it was really important to go to that extreme so I didn't feel like I was trying to be so serious all the time, where I could just be myself, but also um, bring some light. Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that's
hard.
incredible. First off, let me start by saying I am so proud of you for making that choice because it's very hard to walk away from something you obviously loved, but overall you're like, this is not good for me right now. I need to step away. So I commend you for having that awareness and being able to take that step and walk away because not a lot of people can. So, I mean, props to you for being able to. And then having to stumble into something you actually like love and enjoy and that's an amazing story, and I'm so glad that you were able to achieve that.
Thank you. Me too. I'm happy to be here. I really am.
Yeah. And I mean, it's obviously working as you have so many titles under your belt in a few years. That is so crazy. It's like, do you sleep?
It just, I mean, now I do. Now I try to. Before there was a stretch there where I was fully in my workaholic stage and I didn't sleep a lot, but I've learned my lesson. I've found a lot better balance in my life and my work life. But I mean, it's really hard when you love what you do, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
readers talk about, and I'm sure this happens to you, you lie down in your bed, you're listening to a book or you're eyeball reading a book, and you're just like, just one more chapter, just one more page, just one more, just,
Yes.
and then suddenly it's 3:30 a.m. and you have to wake up in 2 hours, but you're like, fuck, I couldn't
Mhm.
put that book down. It's the same thing because I'm like here, and whether I'm narrating the story or talking, to other listeners and other people who love romance or talking to my peers, it's like I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to work for another 5 minutes, and then it turns into
Mhm.
three
Yeah.
hours,
Oh no.
right? Like
Yeah. No,
when you love
I've
someone.
definitely been there where I'm just like, I'm just gonna dive into this book just to get like an idea of what it is. Right. And then I'm like, okay, now I need to know what kind of like what I have to be, like what mindset I have to be in to read it. And then next thing you know, I see like the light peeking through my curtains and I'm like, what did I do?
So what did I do? Because this day is going to be hard,
Yeah, and you look down,
right?
it's like you're 96%, sorry, my cat, 96% finished in your book and you're like, huh, I was supposed to just take a peek, not
Yeah.
devour 400 pages in one day.
Right? I mean, it happens. It
It does,
happens.
yeah. It
Yeah.
happens to the best of us. And you have been on some of our favorite audiobooks. And you said you have a background in jazz,
Yeah.
which I love. That's amazing. I can only imagine what your singing voice sounds like when your audiobook narration voice is
I
perfect. So we're
appreciate
gonna
that.
have an audition next time and be like, here you go, she's performing a wonderful song for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring my trio with me. No.
Yes. Have you had a chance to use any of that jazz background in audiobook narration?
Not necessarily jazz, but I sang in Between Never and Forever by Britt Benson. And I wrote the melody, the music for the lyrics that were in the book. Because I studied classical piano and I studied opera before I went to university, and I studied jazz in university in addition to political science. And so like I have a history of composition and songwriting. I song wrote for myself as a jazz singer, and yeah, so I've done that. Beyond that, I don't think I'm trying to think if I've done anything else like that. I don't think so. That's been it for
It's a
me.
missed opportunity. I feel like they should have you star in like a rock star romance and you're a jazz singer.
I get to do a lot of rock star romances. I love them. If I could just do rock star romances all the time, I would. And I didn't think I would enjoy rock star romances. Like I just thought it's like hockey romance because I'm from Canada and I grew up with
Right,
all the hockey players, and
right.
you just know kind of like the reality of it. Um, but then these stories are just so beautiful, and the authors bring them to life in such unique, exciting ways that I just, yeah, I'm so excited about them. Is your cat? Are you okay?
No, sorry, my son. There you go.
But also, I feel like when I when I sing, it's like when you hear music in books,
There you go.
I don't know, it could sound I don't kind of cringy, right? I'm worried about because it's such an intimate thing when you're in someone's ear, when someone's ears, right? And if you
Very true.
it could so easily make people uncomfortable rather
Right.
than, or pull them out of the book. So I try to be really careful about that.
No, that makes sense that balance. I'm curious because I listened to you in Unhinged Cane, and I know Teddy had a singing a singing bit in that. And had I known you had a singing background, I feel like you should have been on part with the singing process as well.
I've heard about that part, and I had no idea they were going to put sound effects into that book.
Yep.
I want to listen because that was a that was a journey, that one. It was fun.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was listening to that book and I I signed up for the ALC because I love the author. Then I saw you and Teddy on it and I was like, oh, Dream Team, of course, right? And when it switched point of views and it went to him and he was singing, I was in Walmart and I was caught off guard and I was just cackling. I'm like, no.
I heard somebody did, I don't think it was you. Somebody did, like, I think the person was washing dishes listening to it,
That
and
was
that
me.
was it you? And that was the first time I heard the sound clip of him singing, and I'm like, what? What is
And the
this?
chop, chop, chop. Yes, that
Oh
was
my
me.
God, that was amazing, that video. That was you. Okay. Yeah, I love that. It was great.
Oh, so I
Yeah.
was in tears, and when you agreed, I was like, I need to ask her if she was crying, laughing, hearing him sing.
I didn't I was cry laughing when I saw your video playing it. I didn't hear him do that part. I don't think we live narrated um portions of the book together and then portions we did
Gotcha,
separately.
gotcha.
I'm pretty sure we did that one separately. I would have remembered
He
that.
purposely made sure to do that one separately.
Maybe he was like, I need my alone time to, yeah.
And I have heard you on so many genres. Is there a genre that you haven't narrated that you want to?
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, it's funny. I was on a live last week with Little Miss Kim reads a lot. She's in the chat, and I've said this a few times. I have never done a straight ahead vampire romance. Never. Like I've done a couple of books where there's been like a vampire-ish kind of character in on the side or just as kind of part of it, but no like, you know, human female meets vampire and they, like I would die. Like I feel like that's bucket list. I need that.
Yes. So we now know we have to advocate for you to be in a vampire romance. Good to
Manifest. Yeah.
know. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say I believe I discovered you with Lauren Beale's books.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I I was like, "Oh, I love her voice. Oh, she does so many." But I want to know how you get through some of those moments, especially with Lauren Beale's writing.
Oh my gosh. Lauren. I love Lauren so much. I love her. I did Hitched very early
Okay.
on in my career. I had not, she hired me for that one. I'd maybe, no, did I have 10 books? I don't know if I'd done even 10 books at that time. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Like no idea.
Oh
I
no.
and it I just sat there were like a few scenes. I think the one where so you listened to it? Did you listen to it?
Yes.
Yeah, like the one where they were in the hotel room with like her underwear. That one.
Hmm.
That one and then the spitting. Like there were parts where I was just like I just need to stop here for a minute and because it was so because dark romance when I started reading romance was so different the darkest book I'd ever read was like Scarred by Emily McIntyre.
Mm.
Right, and there's Carrie Lake. Oh gosh, I have to find the name. Anyways, those were the dark romance books that I knew. So getting into Lauren Beale books, and I've done, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 of her books by now. I think I love them. Um, it took a little bit to like settle into it and not giggle, not in a mocking way, but in a oh my god, like this is just wild kind of way. Yeah.
That's how I was always curious because I was Hitched and I loved that book. And then I did see you start to pop up in her books. I was like, oh, I need to know how she's doing in this book and this book. So when I was going to interview her, I'm like, I need to ask about Lawrence because if you read ahead and map out your narration, I need to know your like immediate thoughts because you deliver them very well.
I love them, and I guess like I don't know, I have like the dark romance kind of tone. I think I found a little bit of a dark romance and mafia niche. Um, but I get giddy over them. I'm sure like people reading and listening are just like he did what? Like with Unhinged Cane, though, I have to say, Unhinged Cane, I think, is the darkest
Mhm.
book that I've ever narrated. That one, like I thought that I was desensitized, but no, no, no.
That one was crazy, and I was like, oh, okay, she's taking me on a ride. It's fine.
It's like you just have to buckle up and like accept your fate.
And how do you mentally keep it separated, especially with the super dark books? How do you balance that? Because I mean, I can only assume that you're feeling all those feelings as well, being thrusted into the character.
I do less. I do less of
Okay.
it. Before, I think last year and a little bit the year before, 80% of my schedule was dark romance. Really, really dark romance. And
Mhm.
it's hard because I would be in the booth all day and at night or in the morning with, you know, these humans going through trauma and really hard things with really dark characters and dark minds, and then I would have to leave my booth and be bubbly for my kids. Be like, are we watching Octonauts today? Like it
Oh
was,
no.
it did affect me. It affected my state of mind. It affected just my ability to transition into the real world where, you are expected to be happy or you're expected not to laugh at like super dark things. I think there was one, we were at a Christmas party and there was a clown who was like doing this performance and he had this balloon that he was like pretending was like an animal or something, and then at one point he put it on the floor and then he stomped on it and it popped, and all the kids who were watching were like like you could see them just do it, and all the parents were like did the same thing, and I let out the loudest cackle because I thought it was the funniest fucking thing. And I just, at that moment, I thought, I think, I think I might need to just reel back the darkness because I'm like laughing at, I mean, like it's dark humor. He did it for a reason, but also yeah, that's an inside laugh, not a,
It's not an outside laugh, yeah.
not an outside laugh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I, I do less of them, and I make sure that when I am narrating dark romance, that I have other ones that are like sprinkled, between.
The, the cackle, I could only imagine the looks that you got.
Yeah. They were like, this woman is a problem. Yeah.
I have those moments too when I'm like reading something, like I read Unhinged Cane and I laughed more than I should have in that book. And then I was like, I finished it and I'm like going to review it and everybody's like, it's like the darkest book I've ever read. It's and I'm over here like I laughed like 98% of that book. maybe I should do a rom-com next.
But right? Maybe you're like a little desensitized
Right.
to the although I mean Teddy's amazing, right? So I've heard snippets that I've heard are kind of funny.
Well, it was also like the both of you too were so good. Like your chemistry flowed so well, and like you have very serious raw parts, right? And then it just switches to this man who's completely unhinged, and takes everything as a joke, and I'm like, I'm struggling to stay in this like dark space and not be laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. A book like that though, I think it needs that
Right, yeah.
levity a little bit.
And those are so fun. I love everything that you have touched. We have all been super big fans. And when other authors that we love started picking you up, we're like, oh, they found her.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So we
Thank
were
you.
super excited. And you have a extensive background. So when you go into an audiobook, how do you resonate with the character before you step into the booth?
Um, I I pre-read a little bit. I pre-read a little bit so that I understand what's happening. I understand the characters, the intent. But I am the kind of actor that I don't do a lot of preparation as an actor. I go in and I just look for the truth on the page, the truth in the words, the truth in the story, and look for that. And it's gotten easier to connect in a more efficient way than when I was beginning. I was like, "Oh my God, I need to every sentence, I need to figure out what the emotion is." I mean, some sentences have, you know, two or three different emotion switches. And now I feel like I can tune into that pretty fast. There are some books that are more complicated than others, but yeah, I tend to just dive in and try to remain as true to the story and the text as I can.
And when you say you pre-read a little bit, how, so you cold read the rest of the way through?
No, like I skim read the whole book. I
Okay.
skim read the whole book. So I don't just do the beginning. Like I will go through each chapter and skim the pages. I'm looking for character descriptions, for ages, for important plot points, for accents. Um, just things that I know that I need to know where things are coming up. If somebody's a character that's like, there's a twist at the end and that person is really the killer or whatever it is, but they appear to be a good guy at the beginning, I make sure that I know who that person is so that like when I play the person at the beginning of the book, I'm not playing them as a villain or as an asshole or as, you know, so it is a surprise at the end. Um, so I look for things that inform how I approach the characters.
And how have you learned and developed accents?
Well, accents accents aren't my strength. They're not. There are some actors out there who are just that is their thing. I think my strongest accents, I can do a southern accent. And that's just, I mean, I have a number of friends who live in the South, who have trouble listening to Southern accents. So I would, you know, do books or do excerpts with Southern accents and have them kind of give me some feedback about it. And I took some like I've done some accent courses, but it doesn't flow for me as well as it does for uh, some other narrators. So that's kind of I try to stay away from really heavy accents as much as I can.
So I'm always curious because I feel like narrators are so multi-talented. Like you can sound like different ages in your books. You have such distinct characters. And then you guys also happen to manage, accents on top of it. I was just like, I'm so curious how your guys' brain works because I can barely manage like my grocery list. So I'm like, how do you guys manage this all in the booth, recording this all at the same time?
I mean, it's hard when I do have accents. It takes me a longer time to record a book. I need to be slower and more intentional about it. But that's also because it's just, like every actor has the thing that makes them special, or,
Right.
that's their thing. And I can think of a number of narrators who are just like, they can switch between accents. Oops, sorry. They can switch between accents like nothing. And their
Yeah.
brain just, um, I can get into an emotional part of a story in a second. Like I feel like that for me is where my strength is. Those multi-layered emotional shifts and emotional stories.
Mhm.
That's kind of where I like to live.
And you do that very well because, like I said, you go from, one person that is maybe going through something traumatic, and then you switch point of views and you're somebody else, like a side character, or you're a flashback in a younger character, and you're so distinct in each one that you do. It's so impressive.
I appreciate that. Thank you very
And
much for saying that.
you said you're a mom, so how do you balance home life and an audiobook narrator?
um, I don't do very well. I mean, how does anyone balance?
Fair.
Let's be real, right? I mean, I'm doing a better job now. My kids need me a lot. So I've had to be okay with working late, or, being real with like producers or authors and just saying like, "Hey, I need another day." Or I need
Yeah.
something, because when they need me, I need to leave the booth and be there for them
Mhm.
and prioritize them. Um, it's been a lot of learning, because the first couple of years I was a workaholic, and I let a lot of things in my life sort of struggle. Um, so now I'm trying to be better, but I mean, I feel guilty all the time. You know what I mean? I think like
Yeah.
all, or like most moms, you know.
When,
But
yeah, your undivided attention's not completely on them or you do anything. Yep.
right? I mean, and kids they're complicated in lots of ways beyond like needing to be fed or needing to be brought to school. It's like,
Right.
their social emotional health and their academic
Mhm.
health and all of those things that are on my mind while I'm, you know, playing a mafia
Mhm.
princess. So, you know.
I'm always impressed with you guys and how you guys balance it because I can only imagine the amount of hours that you have to put in. And then, like you said, you have to step out of the booth and you have to handle the real world as well. So
Mm.
it's so impressive how you guys are able to manage it and then deliver this amazing performance when you step into the booth. Like, I'm always curious, when do you guys sleep? When
Yeah,
do you guys eat?
right. I mean, I appreciate that. I feel like it's like any job, right? I mean,
Right.
you go to work, you get it done, you make your living, you support your family, you
Right.
just you get it done. And I think, being a professional and just knowing that like this is what feeds my family,
Right.
it's it's important to do that. And like, I'm always working on my craft. I'm still working on my craft. I'm obsessively in love with what I do. So it doesn't feel arduous. Doesn't feel that hard. You know what I
And
mean?
how do you think audiobook narration has changed your perspective on the romance genre or the genre of reading that you've done?
Um, I mean, it hasn't. I think what it's done, it's just richened, is that a word? um, it's deepened um my feelings about romance. I've always been a huge advocate of romance and sex positivity. And um I mean, who doesn't love a good love story? And if you don't love a good love story, then what are you even doing? um so
That's
I
fair.
I've always felt like that, but I think being a narrator and having the platform I have and having connections in the community, and hearing from people how much, not just like my narration, but these stories how they impact people's lives, how they make people's lives better, how they help them escape from really hard situations and circumstances in their lives. And like that element of it makes me value it even more because it's life is hard, right?
Yeah.
Like life is really fucking hard. And to just be part of something that I don't know, just gives people some happiness amid all of that
Yeah.
is just, I think it's such an honor. And so like I think romance on the whole does that. And then I think in addition to that, like I know I'm like talking a lot, but like I think it also is giving women the language to express what they want, what they need, what like how to feel safe, their boundaries. Like it helps I think it just helps women understand themselves in different ways and explore things that they don't feel safe exploring in the real world. And I think that's so beautiful.
No, I agree. I'm just always so curious about your guys' take on it because I felt like the deeper I went behind the process of writing a book, getting involved in talking to authors and narrators, I'm always in awe of how authors and narrators put their heart into like what they do. And you have authors that are putting their own stories into words, and then you have narrators performing their words and making this a whole reality. And sometimes this is their outlet, this is their therapy. So I find that just so beautiful that we can do like the full circle now and be able to see behind the art and understand like this is somebody's like blood, sweat, and tears that they have performed for years. And they're giving us that gateway to be in there and to connect with them. So I'm always curious how you guys feel that this has changed your perspective.
Yeah, it just makes me love it more.
Me too. So I love that. And are you doing any signing events coming up? Do you have any on the docket?
I have one in Toronto in April, May. I have to check the date. I have one in Toronto, but I, as much as I want to travel to the US right now, I can't.
Right.
Um, so I did, there was one year, not last year, but the year before, I was in the US, I don't know, 7 or 8 times, and it was so wonderful. It's May 16th. Okay, thanks, Danelle. Um, it was so wonderful to meet, my peers and meet other listeners and readers and authors. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think right now that's about all I'll be doing, and then just like online stuff.
That makes sense. And I'm sure it's crazy expensive too to go from Canada to in the States as well.
Yeah, the exchange rate is wild.
Yeah, I can
Like
only
it's
imagine.
yeah, it's okay. Are you going to any?
I have a couple on the docket. I'm excited to. I'm hoping to go to Kinkinink with book club, maybe crossing our fingers and our toes that everybody can get on schedule. We're very spread out, so it does make it a little difficult. We have some members that are overseas, so trying
Mm,
to figure out how to get everybody in the same place at the same time is hard.
yeah, that's challenging.
Right. I was hoping that you were coming soon so we can meet, but hopefully next time.
Yes, hopefully soon. Hopefully.
And you say you do your own editing as well. Was that a big learning curve, or did you already have a background in that?
I mean, I don't do it anymore.
Okay, okay.
Um, I stopped doing that in my first year, or after my first year,
Interesting.
because it is really time consuming. You just need to come to Canada. Yes.
Yes.
There are signings. There are some great signings in Canada.
See,
You should
we just ought to make a group trip.
come on
Maybe I can
over.
actually see snow. We don't have, I don't see snow.
I mean, right
I
now,
have.
you will see a lot of snow right now. Yeah, so I used to edit, and I come from I come from a recording background and from a radio background, and I did a lot of radio documentaries and long form sort of audio scapes for work. So I did have the editing know-how, but editing an audiobook
Yeah,
is like just another
new
thing
skill.
entirely. So it did take a while. I had some really great teachers. and people who helped me in this space get started and figure it out. And yeah, so it is quite a learning curve, even with a background in audio. Yeah.
No more so.
So
And
no,
what would
right.
you tell a upcoming narrator that wanted to dive into this as a veteran narrator?
Um, what would I tell a narrator?
What advice would you give them?
I mean, I would say, first of all, it's a long game. Keep going. Don't expect like fast success or fast fame or any of that. It really is a labor of love. And I cannot emphasize the importance of coaching and learning and doing open studios and connecting with other narrators who are working towards the same things and getting feedback on your work and listening to your work and then trying again and not allowing yourself to talk yourself out of doing this if this is something that you love. That's what I would say.
I think that's important. For me, I feel like going into anything is very intimidating. So I'm
Mm.
always curious, especially with such successful audiobook narrators and authors, like what would you tell day one Angelina if she was going back into it again?
Oh my God. I mean, I think I think Angelina I think Angela, that's real. That's my real name. Uh, I would just say follow your gut because I think I look back on the past 3 years and there are very few things that I would do differently. I
Okay.
think the amount that I worked, the avenues I took, the intensity with which I approached learning and growing and networking. I think all of those things worked out exceptionally well for me. Um, so I would just say trust yourself because I think my instincts got me where I was, and so I think that's it. But also just like relax a little bit, like relax. Don't be so intense. I think that's probably what I would say.
I mean, that's a motto I need to take. Like, I feel like I'm an overthinker. So every time I do something, I'm like, I overthink it to the extreme. And then like, once I finally come down, I was like, was it really that difficult? Or did you make it that difficult?
Right? Was it really that bad? Were your emotion like
Mhm.
yeah, all of it. Yes.
And it's like after the panic settles, you're like, well, I could have just calmed down and it would have been fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You're always like, I'm gonna do that next time. The next time happens, and I ask a 0 to 100 again. Yeah.
No. No, but like I mean, I feel like that's where also the passion comes from, right?
Right.
So, embrace it maybe a little bit.
No, I love that, and I find your words so insightful because we do have many people that come into our lives that are like, I really want to get into this or I want to start this avenue. So I always love asking that question because, a lot of people inspire to have the success that you have or inspire to go down the path that you have. So I always find that that's so important to ask. And it's always fun to figure out like the type of advice each person would give because it's helpful either way, and you can never have too much advice.
No, it's true. And then you could just choose what works for you and what
Yeah.
you can leave behind because everyone's path is so different,
Right.
you know. Um and I think narrators coming up right now have an even harder time because there are so many
Yeah.
and so many on social media. When I started, I feel like I was kind of part of that first group of audiobook narrators who were narrating live and doing like live, interviews or live just chats in the
Mhm.
evenings. And now it's there's a lot.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And have you felt like social media has been a giant impact on your success as a audiobook narrator?
I wouldn't have any of the success that I have without social media.
Okay.
100%. Without TikTok, like I lament I dislike social media in a lot of ways,
Mm,
but I would not have attained the level of success that I did as fast as I did
right.
without social media. Like there's no way. So,
Mm. I'm
yeah.
glad that you're here because
I'm
we're
glad.
obsessed. So,
I'm glad I'm here too. Thank you.
and would you mind if I bring up the other members of book club? I
No,
know they are chopping at the bits to ask and pick your mind.
I was wondering. I'm like, we? Who's we? Let's like chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's a bunch of us.
Hello.
We the crazies,
Yeah.
the unhinged,
You're my people. I
the
like it.
unhinged. Let me just say, I'm just going to start with the chub 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 because that absolutely was the line that Christina and I laughed so hard on Unhinged Kane. It was the chubby chub chub.
Chubby
Oh
chub.
my gosh.
That was the most unhinged,
Yeah.
hilarious, phenomenal rom com dark romance
I can't
I've ever
wash
listened
dishes the
to.
same again every time I
Yeah,
do
never
a
again.
mason jar.
Yeah.
I gasped when I saw your video. I was like, "What is that? What?" Well, because you know what? Actually, you know how I saw that. I had a friend who listens to audiobooks, and she sent it to me, not knowing that I was in that book. And she just sent it to me because she thought it was hilarious, and she loved listening to Teddy Hamilton. And she's like, "Listen to this. This is hilarious." And I watched it, and I gasped, and I was like, "Oh, wait a second. That's I'm in that book." Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was I can't imagine listening to the story and having that just like hit you in the ear.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we listened to it all together, and I want to say I FaceTimed them almost immediately because I was at the grocery store, and it's a dark romance. I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm in the produce section. I'm just like looking at stuff, and that line hit, and I let out the most ugly, high-pitched cackle of all time. And I had people like turn and look at me, and I was like, I need to check out now. I need to go home now.
I can't even
Oh,
imagine.
good.
I was
That
I,
book was a
I was at I was in my office at work.
oh
I'm a
wait.
teacher. I had my headphones on. It was appropriate
Mm,
ish.
I sit in a cubicle, um, and I had my headphones in. I had my earpieces in, but I still worry because I don't have the full covering headphones. I have the ones that kind of sit in your ear. I'm wondering if the people around me can hear what I listen to. I don't care. Like, I really don't care, but I wonder if they can.
when it gets particularly loud.
Yeah. Oh, I turn it up. Like, there's some parts. There's some narrators that if I know they're in the book, I'm turning it as loud as I can. I want the full immersive experience, man.
Right? Okay. Immersive fully. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I found out that you can hear the audiobook from outside the car. I was not aware at all. And I'm like blissfully listening to it, waiting for my husband to come out to help with groceries. And he opens the door. He's like, I can hear every single word. And I'm like, well, that's wonderful because I was just at pickup and they were loading my car. So.
Oh, girl, I drive through Starbucks with the most unhinged stuff playing in my radio, and I don't care. I don't
I've,
mute it. I don't stop it. Nothing. I'm just driving on through.
I have definitely
Painters,
ruined
Wish I
some
yeah.
young worker at Chick-fil-A. I've
Painter's
definitely ruined their
obsession.
day.
I had painter's obsession going. I went through Starbucks. I went through Kroger and got my grocery pickup. I went. Yeah, I didn't care. I don't care.
Painter's obsession,
I love
Mm,
that. I love
I
that
sure
for
was.
you.
Oh my gosh.
It's
though.
always great when like I'll be in the house and I'll be listening and then like somebody will take my one of my kids or my husband will take the car. And I'll be like, why isn't my book playing? And then I get a text like, well, your book came on in the car. We were backing out of the driveway. And I was like, I am sorry. always push, like always look at the screen and push pause right away.
Yep.
Yeah.
My kids are older, so like, but still, they're more embarrassed for me than they are offended.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. I mean, my kids are still young. Well, one of them is quite young, and we went to a music store a couple weeks ago, and there were like shakers, and there was one with a skull, like a black skull, and she's like, "Mommy," she's like, "You would love this one. This is the one you should get." And I was like, "What? Like, why do you think I should get a black skull shaker?" And she's like, "Well, so you read romance and they're on your covers." And I was like, I should probably like move the covers to a different, some of them are the man chest covers. And yeah, yeah, my kids, I don't know. I'm not sure how cringe they think I am yet, but
I have
we'll
a
see.
question.
Hi,
Um,
Wendy.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
This is
Can you hear
Trudy.
me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Why does it show you as the narrator of Darling Venom?
Hmm. Where does it show me as the,
Like when you do a search for Angelina Rocca, because
yeah.
I just wanted to see how many books, because I know I have a lot of books with you on there.
Mhm.
Darling Venom is the first one that comes up. So do you have another name?
No, Darling Venom, is that, who is that by? I'm trying to, let me just look it up. Like Audible is really tricky. And I don't know if it's like something with, I'm looking it up right now, but I don't know if it's something with like
Ava.
Parker S.
the search.
Huntington.
Right, and it says Ava.
Yes. So that book is so incredible. I don't know if you've ever
So
It's
good.
heard
one of
that
my
one.
favorites. Yes, that is one of my favorites. The
Oh
book
my
is
gosh.
just
Right? It's
I
incredible. No, I did not narrate that. So I think it
okay.
does. So if I search my name on Audible, it says 208 results. So it'll show a bunch of some books that I didn't narrate, but then if you like click my name on one of the books, it will show you the true list of the books that I've narrated. It's a weird
And
Audible
and
search
I
thing.
did that and Darling Venom came up again and I was like, I've heard this book 20,757 times. How come I did not? And I know
No.
Angelina's voice. I mean, Warrior Faye, let's see, 7 times maybe I've listened to that. Um, oh, Twisted Sisters were my entry into audio, really. The Twisted Sisters were. So when you just said that you had only had maybe 10 books under your belt when you did Hitch, I was like, no way. She's done like 5,000 books. There's no way she's done 10 books.
No, and Warrior Faye. Oh my God, could I tell you? Okay, first, before I say that, so it's Parker Darling Venom is Ava Erickson,
Ava,
who is
yeah,
one of my
the,
top female
she's
narrators.
incredible.
I love her every time I hear her.
Hmm.
Um, I love her so much. So I Warrior Faye was like book number, I don't know, 8 for me.
No way.
It was, yeah, that book was a big thing for me.
Oh,
Um,
oh my gosh.
and yeah, so, but I do have a few other names, but I don't know that you would, I don't know, you might encounter something, but not Darling Venom,
We
unfortunately.
do that a lot where it's like, I know this is Angelina Rocca's voice. What name is on here? Or this is not Angelina Rocca. What does it say? So that's why I was like, I would have known if that was you. That's why I asked. And I was like,
No,
maybe Audible's just on a vacation. Their algorithm is having a hitch or get glitch party or something. But yeah, I know your voice. I know your voice.
Entertained.
yeah, there was,
Especially after Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti's series. I've heard every single one of their series. So I'm like, no, this wasn't Angelina. Why does this keep coming up?
it's not me, sadly.
And thank you for your video about spraying the mirror. with the water bottle. That was cute because that is a cute.
Did you? I'm like, I think I archived that. I'm like, oh my God, I was so cringe. No.
No, it was not. I was like, I hope she does more of these because that was a great idea.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. It was fun. It was fun to do. I like, yeah.
Okay, that's my last question. Okay, I'm done. Somebody else can ask now.
Okay.
I know, I believe she said that you were one of the first female narrators she came across.
Okay,
Right.
first of all, thank you so much for being here. It's really an honor to have you among us. Uh, the first audiobook I've ever listened to in my entire life was Lies in the Dark. And
Yeah,
that's how I discovered you. And that book has a really soft spot in my heart.
it's a beautiful book.
So, yeah, I love it. So, and because of that, I was looking to almost all the dark romance audiobooks that you recorded. And one day on your life, you recommended you to me Between Never and Forever on TikTok. So, and I fell in love with that book too. So, thank you for the recommendation.
I Thanks for asking it. I remember. I do remember that. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, Between Never and Forever is one of those books. If you have not listened to it, it's it is incredible. And
It is.
Britt Benson is incredible, and it's yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one.
So my question actually, like you've been performed alongside so many incredibly talented voice actors like Joe Arden, Jacob Morgan, Teddy Hamilton, J. Tipstone, like Grayson Owens in Green Light, and you've been in the industry for years now. So looking back on your career, was there a specific moment or an experience that changed your perspective on the voice acting industry?
Um, is there something that changed my perspective on the voice acting industry? Um, I don't think there was a specific moment. I think this industry is full of incredible people, uh, talented people that I respect, and I still feel in awe of the fact that I get to work with the people I get to work with, to narrate for the authors that I get to narrate for. I mean, you mentioned Nicole Fanning, Lies in the Dark, and I mean that book. Like the depth in that book, the love story, those characters, like just the layers.
The
Um,
skeletons.
yeah, like those are the books that make this work just like so that much more special. Yeah,
Yeah, and was it
that.
anything that maybe the audiobook listener might think it's easy while you record an audiobook, but they will be surprised to discover that it's really, really hard.
It is hard.
It is.
It's a lot of work. It's like I feel like I run a marathon every day.
I watch your videos when you record your Audible on TikTok live, so I know how it's hard. I know very much how it's hard. So thank you very much for all the effort you put in those books and all the emotions you put in all your audiobooks. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for listening.
Really, really
Genuinely,
appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
So yeah, those from my questions for the moment.
you.
She does. I know. I watch her in lives, and you make it look so effortless. And I'm just like, I would have been laughing. I would have sneezed. I would have ruined it some way or another.
Yeah, I mean some days are harder than others. Like I find that now I don't have the endurance that I used to have. Like I used to be able to get in the booth and be like 4 hours I can do, but now if I get an hour of finished audio a day, I'm lucky. I try to take my time, um, and enjoy the books. You know, yeah.
Now that's new because not a lot of voice performers have said that number one, they read the book first or even skim through it or even state whether or not they were able to enjoy it. But you're the first one that has actually said that you take the time to enjoy it while you're working on it. And I think that makes it seem more like, God, how blessed am I that I get to do something that I love and not just like, everybody's got an 8 to 5, but you are actually making it sound like you really, really love what you do.
I
And that
do.
makes it better for us as readers, or for me. I'm going to only speak for myself. That makes it even better for me knowing that I'm listening to somebody who takes it serious and truly loves what she does. And your voice, oh my God, your voice, it's like panty melting sometimes. It's just so, it's like right on point. And was that too unhinged? I take that back. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate that. I mean, I've heard a lot. I've heard, uh, I, I appreciate that. I mean, I think I am grateful. I am obsessively in love with what I do. And I worked really hard to find ways to make it sustainable for myself. And make sure that I can do it because I do enjoy these books. I love romance. It's what I read when I'm not reading for work. Um, so I think that also like I've had to learn over the years to kind of like separate myself a little bit because I am a reader. So I feel like I am like the community, right? I'm part of the reader community, but also like a narrator. Like I start taking things more personally because I am so invested in these books. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. Because, I mean, even as ALC and ARC readers, there are times when it's just like, I need a week where I'm not doing that. I want to read for me and not because I
Yeah.
have to, because you don't want it to take away from your love of number one, your craft, and number two, what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Because it's what you do for a living, it's not what you do for a life, and there has to be a distinction.
Well, and I will say there are times where I will be talking to a friend and just say like, I wish I could just sit and read a book and
Mm.
just read a book and not work because I do feel that way. I had a friend who messaged me today and she was like, this new QB Tyler book, you know, XYZ, because I love QB Tyler. And she's like,
Oh,
you gotta like take some time and read this book. So I'm really working to try to find time to do that.
Oh, the
which one are
cute
you
one.
reading? Because Jen and I happen to like QB Taylor.
Well, you know what, I haven't read it. She recommended it today. So it was like, I think she said it was like a stepbrother.
Oh, the
I think it's like,
Wilder and Saint.
what is it called?
Wilder and Saint.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah, I did the ALC for that one. It was
Yeah, that
good.
wasn't amazing.
Well, I mean, I had Connor Craze on it, and that was the first time I ever heard him.
Oh,
And I was like, wow, he sounds really good.
He, oh, it's
I've
called the
never
I'm
heard him.
actually
Ramona
reading.
effect.
I'm actually reading his book right now. I'm listening to his book, the one he put out
Oh, are
yesterday.
you?
Oh my God, it's delicious. It is
I heard it's so good.
so good. It is excellent. He does an excellent job.
Yeah, and his promo for that book has been really
Yes,
wonderful.
he did really
He's
good.
such a great, let me tell you, he's one of the great narrators to work with. Like I've worked with him a number of times and he is so professional and kind and complimentary. Like he's just a really great person to work with. And
You've
I
worked
just,
with a lot of big names. You've worked with Troy, Jacob, Joe. I mean, you've worked with
Patrick.
all, yeah, Patrick Seller. Oh my gosh, yes. You've worked
Great
with
yeah.
all
minds.
of them. You are a lucky woman. I wish I was in your shoes.
I mean, yes, I do feel lucky. I feel like though, like when I'm working on a book, for the most part, it's just like there's a production thread that goes out, and they'll send an email and say, "Okay, everyone, here's the book. Coordinate if you need to," and then you'll say, "My files are up," and that's the amount of interaction that you have for the most part with your co-narrator. So my name is beside theirs, but I don't get to work closely with many of them that often, unfortunately.
But do you get excited
How?
to know that you narrated with them? I'm so sorry,
You're
Inez.
That's
good.
fine.
I do. I mean, I do. I do feel excited that I've narrated with them. I think I get excited for the authors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to be on a book that, like, let's be honest, like there are certain voices that bring more ears to the books. So I'm
Sure.
excited that more people will quite possibly hear my work and more people will listen to the author's work. And I mean, those are the things that excite me because I know that if I'm working with someone in particular, that more people, more ears will be on it. But also it means like a little bit more pressure because I'm like, I have to make sure that I'm,
Well, that's
at the
what
level.
happened to me when I asked you, do you at least have one audiobook with Jacob Morgan? And it's there when you recommended for me Between Never and Forever. It was like, yeah, I have one. And
Yeah.
you recommended. So yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wanna ask you, when you narrate like alongside with those narrators, even when you're not in the same room, because you most of the time, like I can see when you record like on TikTok live, so when you're not together, how you build this chemistry that we can really feel through your voices through in
Yeah.
the audiobook?
I honestly, I think, well, Between Never and Forever, we recorded that simultaneously.
Oh wow.
So we could play off each other. We were on a Zoom call for almost the entire book. And so and with Teddy, he and I recorded Unhinged Cane. A lot of that was done together. The same with Lies in the Dark. I
Yeah, I
recorded,
saw the video. Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that.
So there are situations where I've recorded with them and I'm able to play off them. I think it's also just trusting how they're going to approach the subject matter and find the truth in the text and hopefully align that with them.
Okay. And besides romance, is there any genre or like other books that you really want to record as audiobooks?
I would love to do kids books. Obviously
Oh,
not under this name, but yeah, I
yeah.
would I would I would love to do kids books. I got some good voices and I feel like I really enjoy middle grade. But unfortunately my vocal tone isn't quite what people want
I'm
most of
looking
the
for.
time for those books.
Yeah.
So I haven't done any kids book, but I'd love to try at some point.
And
Well,
are
they're
we
missing
gonna
out.
have any audiobook with you singing again?
Um, I I don't know. I haven't been asked.
I
I
There you
hope
go.
so. You
haven't been
playing the
asked.
guitar again and singing?
I mean, I would love to. I think there's a lot of production. There's a lot of production elements that go into it. So um, it'll happen. It'll happen at some point, hopefully.
We're just gonna need
Hopefully.
you to drop an album then.
Mhm.
I have to drop an album.
Sign me up. I'll be the first to buy.
All
Right?
right. All right. I will keep
We'll
that in
switch between
mind.
audiobooks and your singing album.
Right? I mean, I don't know. I, I don't sing a lot anymore. I'm trying to sing more and post a little bit more, but yeah, I don't know.
Read on your own time.
Pardon me?
What do you like to read on your own time,
When I have
genre
time,
wise?
romance. Or do you mean subject?
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. That's all I read. That's all I read. I started my very first romances were the Black Dagger Brotherhood by J.R. Ward.
All of them. I
Right?
have
Oh my
all of
God.
them.
Can I tell you? I want to tell you something. I started reading them when she had her original covers. They were like the paperbacks, and I moved and got rid of all of them. And the way I regret, I had every single one of them. I had a signed copy of them when she used to like,
No.
yeah. Oh, I am so mad at myself for that.
Two full shelves. Two full shelves full of her books.
And now
Hers
it's a
and
whole ass movie.
Anita Blake, the Vampire Hunter.
Yep.
I have those. So two shelves full of those and two shelves full of the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Those were my starting point right after Stephen King. Because
Yeah.
Stephen King was my first book I ever read.
Oh, was it really? And
Yeah.
then how did you get into romance? Like what?
Anne Rice.
Uh,
Anne Rice got me into romance, and then I went to Black Dagger Brotherhood, and then to Anita Blake, the Vampire Slayer, and then just kind of divvied off from there. But I still read horror and thriller. I bounce around a lot, but dark romance right now is my yeah, it's my it's
thing.
my thing right now.
Your thing. Yeah.
It's my thing right now. The darker, the better.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm finding that out, especially being on street teams of some of the dark romance authors. Being on their street team and getting to see that first look, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I go back and read everything they've ever written.
Like, how do you, like, all of you, this is a question for all of you, like, how do you find a time, like, when you're on multiple street teams and ALC teams and ARC teams, how is what I want to know.
And
Red Bull and a prayer.
some of us work outside the house. Some of it,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
I travel a lot. I go to concerts. I read. So they joke, they laugh at me, but I read.
Mm.
I take my Kindle with me to concerts. Like I'll go to a live concert and I'll read like in between the bands. They laugh at me all the time, but I have my Kindle with me all the time. I'm listening in the car on the drive to work. I'm listening while I'm at work. I'm listening on the drive home. I I'm always reading, but I don't watch TV. That was the
Yeah.
other thing is a lot of them are
Mm-hmm.
finding out
Yeah,
the
neither do
shows that
I.
they love and adored I've never seen.
Yeah.
And they're threatening to throw me out of the club because I haven't seen
Harry
Gilmore
Potter.
Girls.
Gilmore
Harry
Girls.
Potter.
I haven't
Never
seen that
watched
either.
Gilmore Girls.
I've never watched Harry
Go
Never
ahead,
Potter.
seen
May.
Harry Potter.
May was trying to say something. Go ahead, May.
Oh, it's easy for me to get because I'm on several ARC teams and I do ALCs, and because I don't work, I treat this like it is a job. So I'm always reading and listening to audiobooks all the time
Yeah.
because I love
And
it
I'm
so
on the
much.
other
That's
end.
my entertainment.
I'm on the other end because my job is so demanding and I travel for work. There's like at least one day a week where I don't get to pick up a book. So when audiobooks came out, it was because I'm always on the road. So it kind of saved me. And I don't watch TV either. So, I mean, I'd rather be I do listen and read the book at the same time, um, unless I'm in the car or unless I'm somewhere where I don't take my Kindle with me, but I do have my Kindle on my phone. And it gets a little frustrating sometimes, but I actually limit the number of street teams or alpha reads or beta reads or arc reads that I will accept because I just know I don't have the time for it.
Yeah, I'm like that
So it's
too.
discipline.
I have a full-time job as well. So I think I'm like maybe one or two street team. I just choose the ones that I want to do.
Mhm.
Like any arcs that I feel so excited for, I want to sign up for that because
Right.
I know I don't have a lot of time neither.
Mhm.
Um, I do read things like that are not arcs, like the one that you made, the one that came out recently, like on Unmasking Him. I heard the promo.
Yeah.
I read that. I got so excited, and I was not in none of the stream team, but I went and read it. I lost a day's sleep. I
It was a
listened to
fun one. Wasn't that
I was like,
fun?
I told
So
myself,
much
you
fun.
know what? 2 hours of sleep, I could go work on it. I'll sleep somewhere in the afternoon again and stuff like that. So I do. I maneuver my schedule a little bit when I do certain things like that. Like when I get so excited for a book, yeah, I'll read it. But yeah, I limit myself as well, like how many books I can read. And right now, I am obsessed with that one, the Unmasking Him. I think I've heard it like for a whole week already. I was like, I can't hear this no more. I gotta stop.
Yeah, that's
Mm,
that's fair. That was a really fun one.
yes, it was. I like Inez was saying, or I'm sorry, I forgot who. I think I like the way it makes it like it sounds like you guys are together, but you're not together. So when you're, talking to each other, it's like the emotions is like the same. He's feeling this and you're feeling that, but you guys are not together. But it
Yeah,
sounds
It's really
great,
good.
you know?
I'm glad. I'm glad because you never know. It could, yeah, like you never know. But I think that just the actors, going back to that, the actors that I have the pleasure of working with are all so talented. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think it helps.
I never realized that until working with narrators, how you guys record and stuff, and you guys, the thread. And I think that was so, I don't want to say humbling, but that was such a shock to me because I dove into audiobook narration all the time just to see you guys communicating on a thread, and half of you have never met, and your only communication is through like a Discord thread or an email. And I'm like, what do you mean? You guys are both just crying together, and it was in sync, and you made me cry, but you guys are talking like perfectly fine through email. Like, how do you guys manage that?
Yeah, I mean, and there are times like I people are honest about how books made them feel. Like we'll have it on our threads, like, wow, that was a book. Oh, the banter in that book. Like we'll comment about that, but yeah, I don't know. I feel all of it. I know the only person that I can speak for is myself. Like I feel all of it. When I sound like I'm crying, I am probably crying. When I'm laughing, I am probably laughing. And then when people like you tell me about, books like Unhinged Cane, like I've heard from so many people about this book, the sound effects, which I had no idea there would be sound effects, the Teddy singing in it. I kind of have to listen to it now because of what everyone has said about it, because I had no idea.
It was funny. I like that part when he was singing and pretending to be two different people, himself as Cain and then as Abel. So it
Yeah.
was really funny.
Talking about crying, have you ever had, when you record like an audiobook, had a scene that stays with you even after the recording is ended?
Yeah, lots of them. Lots of them. I I've had to work on this, but like I give a lot of myself to these characters. I feel what they feel. I think the first one was Lies in the Dark by Nicole Fanning. There is a scene in that book that happens in an alleyway, and I I finished. You know which one I'm talking about, right? I'm getting
I know.
goosebumps, and I
And her
left the
best
booth
friend
and I was like
singing.
sitting in my car. I had to pick up my child from, I don't know, some activity, and I was sobbing in the
Oh my
car.
God.
I couldn't, I just, even now, like I feel it. And
I
so
remember that.
there have been a number of scenes in books. Like there was that one, like in, I don't know if have you listened to Star-Crossed? Any of you?
No, I don't.
Star-Crossed?
By
Let me
who?
tell you, Star-Crossed by Terlina Pucci.
Next
I
one.
love her.
That would be the next.
She's incredible. And these two books are very like un-Trelina. Like it's not all about like, it's not humor. It is, these books are so fucking beautiful. It is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. There are two books, but also like, I think there's a box set. And I mean, the whole book, like I think about it now and I get goosebumps. How beautiful this story is between these two characters and Calder, who is it's Connor Crace, narrated Calder. And I mean, his performance was incredible. Calder is like my all-time favorite book boyfriend, like bar none. So yeah, there are books that stick with me emotionally.
So
Absolutely.
I get to meet her. Christina and I get to meet Trulina in May.
Do you?
She's going to be at Tempted by Fiction.
I'm jealous. She's wonderful. Like and hilarious. Like I just love watching her stories on social media. Yeah, she's wonderful. So you should listen or read these books because truly it was like I was narrating a movie.
I will.
I'm so
Promise.
excited.
Yeah,
I
beautiful.
have another question. Do you ever get into, I guess, what we call like a book slump after performing? Because I
Yeah.
had just finished a book that was shockingly emotionally triggering for me, and I have not been able to pick up anything else because I'm still processing that book.
Yeah. Yes. I've gone through that. Absolutely. Where it's just so emotionally intense or taxing or just like, and yeah, I've gone through that with books and it's hard. It is hard to turn my mind to another book, into another set of characters and another love story when you are so married to that one love story that you were in. I don't know. How do you get out of it?
It takes me a long time, and usually I have to go in like to a completely different genre, do like monster romance or something funny to kind of like get my brain out of it. But this book, I wasn't expecting it to trigger me. It wasn't like a romance. I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like a good book to read, and I have been slumped since. And like I go to my auto read authors and I cannot get out of it. I was like, I can't read anything, I can't enjoy anything. I'm still processing the book. I haven't even been able to like write the review because I start to write it and I start to cry again. I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to post my review for this book without like the salt of my tears in the words that I'm writing.
I want to know what book it is. Can you share or no? Send like,
Yes,
can you tell me?
it was by Wolf Gunner, The Weight in Sand.
Oh, The Weight of Sand. I've heard incredible things about that book.
It is
I
so
have cried
incredible.
the whole book to the point my hands were shaking. I was crying through the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's moving and deep, and
It is.
yeah, the writing is beautiful.
It was written so poetically that I could not stop crying. So I was like, does she ever go through this with her genre? Does she just sit there and be like, I can't narrate a book now because I'm still involved in that story?
Well,
I do, but I have to. I have to.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but yes, I that happens to me all the time. And especially with a book like that, I can see how, like, you are so intimately connected to that character and the struggles that they're going through. It's
Oddly enough, you know what did that to me? And I'm going to be completely transparent. I haven't even listened yet, but I immediately bought the audio. Was Green Light. It is it gets to be very deep at times, and the love is just so palpable. And I haven't been able to bring myself to listen to the audio yet. And as soon as I saw your name on it, I was like, oop, gotta get it. So it's been sitting in my audio library since it came out. I pre-ordered it and I have not been able to listen to it because I'm like, okay, do I want to be emotionally destroyed again, like right now? You know, and it's just, I love, love, love Jessie Hall. She
Yeah.
is my queen. She is my absolute queen. I enjoyed meeting her. I just love her. And when I saw your name on it, I was like, yep, pre-order, click, you know.
Two
And
queens
but
in
I
one book.
haven't brought. I just can't. I don't know why. I'm just like I'm afraid to listen because I know it's gonna be even. It's gonna nail me right in the chest even more so than reading it.
Yes. It,
You and
Oh,
Grayson. I'm
goodness.
like, oh yeah, okay.
like there's another talented one, right? Like he is
Oh,
just
he's amazing.
and he sounds like every sample I hear him do, it's different from the last.
Yeah.
Like he fully vocally embodies
Mm-hmm.
the character that he's doing.
Absolutely,
It's
he does.
yeah. Yeah.
He,
I hope you
he's
do
been
listen
on
to him,
here.
right? He's been on here?
We, yeah, we've had
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. He's incredible as well.
We should
Oh, well,
invite both of you on here together. That's what we need
when
to
you,
do.
that will finally get her to read Greenlight or listen to Greenlight.
Right? Yeah, we'll do
The
it if you
deadline.
well, I'm not going to speak for him, but if you listen,
If you listen,
Maybe
we
they'll
will
come.
come.
maybe.
There you go. If you build it, they will
I
come.
didn't read the book until the audiobook was released. I was waiting for the audiobook
Oh, were
for
you?
Greenlight. Yes. I'm an audiobook addict, actually.
I
Me
bought that
too.
paperback and I've all read it.
Did you? Yeah.
I took that book everywhere with me in my purse.
I was so mad. I was so mad at the main male character though. And
Oh
like
gosh, of course.
I had a lot of feelings
Yes.
I had
about it.
deep, deep feelings about that at first, and I was like, "There's nothing he can do to redeem himself." And then by I don't know, midway through, I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe,
You
well,
spoke too soon.
maybe." I
Maybe.
always liked the most broken character in the book, but I'm
Same.
waiting for a spinoff with his other two roommates. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm
Oh.
hoping she does something like that. But yeah, yeah. So I know exactly how you feel because I didn't want to like him. I did not want to like him. And now with Grayson playing him, I'm just like, okay, he's already forgiven, and I haven't even listened yet.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have to.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
I will. In
we're
March,
such
sometime in March, I
immense
will.
fans.
March.
There you go
Okay.
in March. She's put it on the calendar. I'll get that.
Amazing.
But we're such immense fans, so thank you so much for joining us. I know you're incredibly busy, and then you're balancing everything else. But before we depart, would you mind taking a group photo with us?
No, not at all. It's been such a pleasure. I really appreciate you inviting me to be here.
Well,
Genuinely.
thank you for joining us. We've been fans for quite a long time, so you responding. I fully squealed when you accidentally sent me a voice note. I was like, she's talking to me. It's personalized.
Oh God. Okay.
Wendy, Marissa, do you guys have a second to turn on the camera for the photo? No camera. Marissa? There we go. All right, are we ready? One, two, and three. Yes. It's always a win when I don't accidentally turn off the live. So,
Good thing. Good thing you didn't. Well,
no, we
thank you.
usually have some backups because I have done it before. Just
Have you?
completely ended the live. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, thank you
But
so much for
we're so
having me.
thankful for you.
It's been great. Thank you.
No, thank
Thank
you. And
you.
please, if you ever want to come back, we would love to have you again.
I would love to. Absolutely. All right. Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
Angelina.
Thank you.
Bye.